Hold on. We spelled with an H in it. Hold on. We will see this trait. And now I spelled it wrong. There we go. So all we have to do is see one of the dominant traits. Yeah.
I just had a quick question for you.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. You know which one you're going?
No problem.
This one's
You just reminded me of
Yeah. All right. Do you need help getting those out? Do you need help getting them out? Yeah, sounds good. Do I have anybody that wants to? Damien.
Oh no. Sebastian and David.
So if that's dominant, what is most likely?
things that are hidden and you can't really see in genetic wise.
Oh, okay, if you hit you on accident. If it's not strong, it's going to be
Weak.
Weaker. That means that both alleles must be recessive to see the trait.
For what?
No, not a problem. Have
I do.
Yes, what? Somebody said, Mr. Purcell, what do you want?
Aaron did it.
Yeah. All right. So both alleles must be recessive to see the trait.
Why did it work out, man?
So dominant, we see one of those, we're good. We don't have to even see the other one. We know what's going to happen. If it's recessive, you have to see that both of them are that recessive one for it to actually show. Now, because I want to be able to do whatever manipulation we need with the organisms that I'm going to use this with, we're going to use something that's made up. So I use what's called a wobble. The wobbles, they have fur colors of brown or white. Most of the time, we see brown wobbles. But every once in a while, we see some white ones. So which one of these two traits do we think is going to be dominant?
Brown.
The brown is going to be our dominant trait here because this is what we see most of the time.
For example,
This is dominant.
you.
Oh no.
Oh, missed the letter. There we go. Dominant. All right. So that's dominant. Now, brown and white. What is that? Is that a genotype or a phenotype? Phenotype, because it's what we physically see. Phenotype. All right. So this is our dominant trait that we're going to see there. And that means the white is recessive. All right, I'm going to repeat this on the top of the other page. So, does anybody need that above the red? All right, so I have wobble.
There was a mosquito
We
eater
have
in
brown.
Colonel West class.
We have white.
Wait, what?
There was a mosquito eater in my first period.
Mosquito bee?
Eater. A mosquito hawk.
Brown.
What is that?
Search it out. Mosquito hawk.
Now, to represent the alleles, the
Mosquito
genetics
eater.
of these, we like to use a letter that
Yeah.
somehow we're going to
These
associate with.
eat mosquitoes.
So in this case, we're
I thought
going to
they were
use a capital
mosquitoes.
B
Those are not mosquitoes.
to represent the
Those are
allele of
mosquito
the dominant
eaters.
trait here.
See, this is what a mosquito looks like. Mosquitoes are tiny. Mosquito eaters are big.
Okay. Because Kira almost stepped on one a few days ago. I was so scared to go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, they're harmless. Well, mosquito eaters are harmless.
All right. Now, for the
I'm
recessive
not-
trait, what allele might we use for it? What letter might we use to represent the allele?
How dare you? Hey.
We're going to use a B again?
Um,
Well, how do we show it different from the
Wobbles.
capital B here?
Lowercase. Wobbles.
Now, instead of using a W,
Stop underlining it.
it seems a little odd. Why aren't we using a W for the white? That would make sense, right? But when we're going to work with things, we're actually going to work with several different genetics all together. To make them easy to match up, we use the same letter for whatever that trait is. We can use a capital that shows it's dominant. That's easy. We use a lowercase to show the recessive. And then also, it reminds us that out of these two colors, brown is probably the dominant because we're using that letter. While white is the recessive because we're not using that letter. So it gives us a lot of reasons as to why we're doing that. So those are phenotypes. These together would make a genotype for whatever organisms. So we're going to look at some genotypes. I'm going to give you guys 8 different wobbles genetics. So each of these wobbles here, let's see here, let's go with that color there. We're going to try to determine, based on what we see here, how many wobbles have brown fur? How many have white fur?
Brown,
All right, so
Brown,
these are
brown,
genotypes.
white,
We need to determine their
brown,
phenotypes.
white, brown,
So we're going to look at the phenotypes
White.
down here.
brown.
The two phenotypes we can have are brown and white. We have 8 wobbles. Does anybody have an idea as to how many of them are going to be brown?
4. Wait, how many?
How many will be brown?
5.
6.
How do we know from their genotypes if they're going to be brown or
because only
white?
2 of them have B and B.
Because the brown one is the more dominant.
What do you think? If we see what?
Because if you look at it, there's only 2 pairs that have both white, and the brown is more dominant than the white.
Okay, so we know that this is the dominant trait. The only way we're going to see white is if we have both lowercase letters. So Morgan says we got 1, 2 of them that are white. That means everybody else has to be brown because of the dominant trait. Another way we can look at this. Anything that has a capital letter in it, doesn't matter which letter it is, if it's got a capital, it's brown. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them that have a capital letter in it. That makes those brown. So we got 6 brown and 2 white. Those are our phenotypes for this group.
Okay.
A lot of times when we write this, we like to put the capital letter first. So the only reason I wrote this the other way around is because I wanted to show, okay, one parent gives us one trait, the other parent gives us the other allele. Excuse me, one allele, the second allele. So those are separate parents. It's not always the same parent giving us that dominant allele. Could be another parent that gives us that. So that's just to show that that second parent could be giving us the dominant allele. Are we good on this page? Got one more page to start. All right, so now we're going to look at how we make these genetic crosses and see how the parents are contributing to their offspring. So let me change this one. All right, so again, we have our wobbles. We're going to have parent 1. Now, the reason one parent genetics for this, it is not like the asexual producing organisms. There's 2 separate organisms that provide this. So the first parent, we've got capital B for it. The second parent, parent 2, it's providing capital B, lowercase b. So first off, what color are the parents? What is our phenotype here?
Brown.
The capital B is
Brown.
brown. Capital B, lowercase b is
Also brown.
also brown. So we got 2 brown parents contributing to this set of offspring. Now, a Punnett square shows us the percentages of what the offspring are going to show up as. And the way that we use them is we take one parent and put them across the top. So I'm going to put parent 1 across the top. One letter per box. And then down the side, we put the other parent. So we got capital B, lowercase b here. Now I did them in different colors so we can see who's contributing to who. And we should end up with one green and one purple letter in each one of these. So we bring these down. Capital B, capital B. And then like four boxes are going to show brown fur.
All of them.
All of them. What? But don't we have some lowercase b's in there?
It don't matter. It's recessive.
Because we've got capital letters in all the boxes, that means that we've got 100% brown fur on it. So 100% brown off standard. It's supposed to be more of a 7th grade standard.
Brown.
Oh, no.
All of them. They're all going to be brown again.
Well, there's a
What's supposed
possibility
to all be brown?
the capital letter or the
There's a capital B in every one. It doesn't matter what the other allele is.
oh.
That is it right there. That's correct. Because there's a capital letter in them. Even though they all contain
A lowercase.
a lowercase, because there's a capital, it's 100% brown again. So, that's what the question on Google Classroom is asking. What sort of genetics do we need to have on the parents to be able to get any white offspring?
Lowercase b.
Any white
Both.
bubbles?
Lowercase
Don't
b.
yell it out. You're just typing it up. You could do it as a real quick little private message.
Don't die. I'm tired. Oh no.
So what are the genetics that are needed to be able to have any white offspring? Doesn't matter how many, just any white offspring. Well, that would work if we had 2 white parents. Yes. It would probably end up with a white offspring. So we have the agenda thing down below that. That's what do the parents?
This is useless.
All right, and that's all that's necessary for this today. The notes aren't going to be turned in yet because they're not quite done. There's a little bit more that we can add to them, and then into where we're going to do some space. Now, is there anybody that did work on their pamphlet but did not turn it in? Anybody that has part of the pamphlet that they've done work on but didn't get it turned in? Okay. When was it due? Yesterday. Before midnight, right? 11:59 p.m. So before midnight. So we need to make sure that we're paying attention to due dates. So I am opening that back up. If you have anything at all done on your pamphlet, you can do more later. If you have 0, you cannot turn in anything later. It's done. You need to have anything turned in for your pamphlet to be able to get some points for it. Whatever you got. Because most of the time, if you can at least get, I'm going to let you go back and look at it. You attempted something and maybe
Hmm?
it's not.
You're on live?
Yeah,
Who's watching?
nobody. But I'm gonna keep it like this until 7th period. Or I could probably record Broadway.
Chicken sandwich, not burgers. I wouldn't call it burgers.
Get like halfway in the camera. Oh no, I almost dropped my Chromebook. Okay, we're gonna put my
Hopefully nobody's taking their phone out during class.
mommy.
Hopefully nobody's taking their phone out during class. Excellent. All right, good luck. Be nice. Hopefully you find it rather than somebody trashed it.
Left, right.
What? Nothing? That totally looks like it.
This way.
Anybody need any page of the notes? You guys are all good?
My knees. Oh. Stop.
So cute. Little mustache.
Axolotls are carnivorous. Never feed them vegetables.
Whatever you want. Really good way to show. So, all of you work together to create geography of your island, your animal range, your weather, and your food. Okay? Your weather possibly talks about also sort of how your organisms deal with it. Okay? Okay? There's an interaction on that. Then that is going to be all of the four of you, these four slides will be the same. Or these four. Then you have a cover. That cover needs to have a picture of your organism. So that's going to be different than everybody else. It's your organism. Then you're going to have an organism page that talks about all that organism. That's all about, right? Very important. All the details, all the big stuff. And, See that is right? That's different from everything else because that's your organism, right? Makes sense? Okay. Then your island changing event. The event is the same, but how your organism is different because your organism is different, right? And you need to talk about how your organism interacts with it. And your organism, you need to talk about how your organism had to interact with it. So, section on your thing. You can put them however you want. You can spread them over 2 sections. You want to do it. If like you've got your cover here, you open this up and you want to do all the don't leave any blanks and
I don't know why. Nobody closed my
I am recording. Oh, my backpack feels so light. Kira, say hello. Kitty cat. Nom 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 nom. These are my goofy friends. Kira, hang on to my backpack. Hang on to my backpack. You're breaking the Uber. You're breaking the Uber train. You broke the Uber train.
Are you on?
What? Where's who? I don't know. Hello. That's my child. That's my child. Ew.
I'm gonna cry. Don't do that.
Nobody's watching anyways. Nobody cares. Hi, Mr. Laredo. Hola, soy Dora.
Please stop.
Why?
Hi, Hannah.
Okay.
I said please stop. You were her. We're following her. You can please stop very easily. Why are you live?
Oh,
Yeah, why are you live?
I was
Stop
doing
it.
that.
That is not allowed.
Yeah. Show me on the camera.
That is not allowed at the school.
Yeah, that's not allowed.
Hannah, thanks for backing me up. Please leave.